In this video, grown-up Jedi Youngling actor, yep, that one, Ross Beadman, reveals the fan theory that offended him. Plus, I'll hit you with some other nerdy nuggets from the live chat we did earlier this year, so you don't have to sit through the full hour. You're welcome. But first, my friends at Fan Home have been in touch again. At this point, they may as well just permanently sponsor the channel, hint hint, to tell me about the new Millennium Falcon build-up kit, an official replica of the physical prop used for filming reproduced to the same scale, filming scale. With its realistic metal and ABS parts, it's suitable for both beginner and expert modelers. I, beginner, am looking forward to my set arriving. On to the clips.
What do you make of that fan theory that you became Snoke?
When I first saw it, I was offended.
Right, why were you offended?
That's because as part of the fan theory, they did a comparison of my young face towards Snoke and say this is what he would look like after lightsaber burns. I don't think it was particularly flattering, so I was a little bit taken aback. But I love theories. What people put forward. I think it's very interesting, and it keeps it alive still.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's not the best before and after comparison you want to be made towards you, is it? But hey, you grew up to be far better looking, Ross. Let me tell you that.
I appreciate that.
You did well. You did well. Look at those guns, baby. And there's another one from Chad here who does get a bit question happy when it comes to this thing. He sent quite a few in. Going back to Revenge of the Sith, he asks, he says, you were young and it was a short shoot, but you obviously got to see Hayden Christensen and George Lucas. Do you remember any other interactions or standout cast and crew that you were able to talk with?
I talked briefly with George Lucas when he was directing the whole thing. Very briefly. He was just giving me directions not to look at Anakin's lightsaber when he don't sheath it, because I just follow my eyes down when he used to do it, when instead I should maintain eye contact. That was the direction I got from him. Other people I saw apart from them, there was one person with dwarfism who I saw. I'm not sure who that was. Whether they were in the R2-D2 suit or something else, I can't quite be sure.
Yeah, you're not narrowing it down, really.
And Shakti, Orly Shasham, which is interesting. I met her at Megène Collector, a big kind of sci-fi Comic-Con in France. And I told her the story about her smoking a cigarette. And she said that it never happened. She said it never happened. I'm like, hey, I saw someone in that same alien species costume smoking.
Ross, when we spoke last time, we did talk about the time you were reunited with Hayden Christensen years after he maybe murdered you on screen. Brad would like to know if you can tell us more about your famous, more recent run-in with the Dark Lord himself. For example, did he recognize you instantly?
I think he was briefed as to who I was. So when I came walking through, he did recognize me because he was expecting it. It was a very short window of where I could have actually met him. I know a local fan group called Fantha Tracks. They're a big fan website as well for Star Wars. They organized the meeting between him and his agent. And I had to trek from one end of the convention hall to the other end. I had a 5-minute window to get that done. And it was a rush. Parting the crowd who were crowded up to get his autograph signed, just meeting him directly. I remember his security guard was having his eye on me as well, just in case, but that's very understandable.
In case you were seeking revenge.
In case I was actually genuinely a psycho who wanted to seek revenge.
Yeah.
It was real. Yeah.
And just remind us of his reaction when he saw you.
He said, "You survived." And he wrote me an autograph, which is very nice. That exact thing. Yeah. He asked me how it was. Yeah.
Must have been pretty surreal for both of you, to be honest. How long did you get to spend with him?
Oh, about less than a minute. Less than a minute. I mean, there's people there who want an autograph signed. I can't stop the flow of that, to be fair. But it was really nice.
Well, even being less than a minute potentially means you might have spent longer with him than you did in the actual scene in the movie. So it could be seen as more time than before.
Yeah, probably 3 times the amount.
In terms of the final cut, anyway, of course. Because I think we talked about this before. You didn't do too many takes, did you, on the shooting day? Was it 3 or 4 you told me before?
4 takes, yeah. Mainly just because I looked at the lightsaber when he was taking it out rather than at him. And as soon as I stopped doing that, nailed it.
You didn't really pursue acting, did you? After that?
Yeah, no, it's not something I really had a massive passion for. My parents didn't push me either. Looking back, I probably could have gone a bit further if they did, but that's just for the benefit of hindsight. Yeah, I mean it's that sacrifice. I didn't really have it in me to that spark to keep going, which I think you'd need to get far in it. And if my parents did it, there might have been some resentment there as well. You know, there's some parents who take their kids to really push them to do it. A percentage of them can be very successful and they reap the rewards of that, but sometimes that's not the case. And sometimes, you know, people can get pushed to the limit. But yeah, I'm happy my life went the way it did. In hindsight, would I have liked to be a famous actor? Let's be honest, like, yeah. But this is the next best thing. Come on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you get your Star Wars fame. You've got your video production career, and you've got your boxing career now. Who knows how far that might go as well.
But you got people like KSI and Jake Paul. I mean,
yeah,
love them or hate them, they've kind of carved their own path